Today's lesson is a lizard full of tricks. Hi, everybody. I'm Roger.
And my name is Helen.
And today in the world of nature, we're going to be talking about a special kind of lizard. And there are lots of lizards in the world, but the lizard we're focusing on specifically today is the chameleon. Are you a big fan of chameleons, Helen?
I am a big fan of chameleons. They are my favorite animal, I would say. It's a very special type of lizard, and it's full of tricks because it can do a lot of unexpected things that surprise us, and things that are really quite special and quite beautiful.
Of course, there are many species of lizards out there, but we are going to be focusing specifically on chameleons because a chameleon is a lizard full of tricks. So let's jump right into our article for today. Let's read the first part now, and we'll be right back to discuss it.
A lizard full of tricks. Now you see them, now you don't. Chameleons are well known to be masters of disguise, able to change color at will to blend into their environment. But did you know that this isn't the only reason they change color? In fact, chameleons are full of strange surprises. Read on to learn several surprising facts about one of the world's weirdest reptiles.
大家好，第一部分我们可以看到单字 disguise， 它是名词，指的是假装、掩饰或是用于伪装的东西。例如 Ellen attempted a disguise by wearing a wig. Ellen 尝试借由戴假发来伪装。或者 Everyone recognized Phil, even though he was wearing a disguise. 每个人都认出了 Phil, 即便他有变装。另外，这个字也可以当作动词，意思是假装、伪装或是掩饰。像是 Tony disguises his lack of efficiency by appearing busy all the time. Tony 表现一直很忙的样子，来伪装他所缺乏的效率。或是 Bianca tried to disguise the bruise on her arm by putting makeup on it. Bianca 试着用化妆来掩饰她手臂上的淤青。接下来我们看到名词 reptile， 它的意思是爬虫类或是爬行动物。举例来说 Since reptiles are cold-blooded, they cannot control the temperature of their bodies. 由于爬行类是冷血动物，它们无法控制它们的身体温度。又或者说 Some people keep reptiles as pets, but I prefer dogs. 有些人养爬行动物当宠物，但我更喜欢狗。
And welcome back. The title of today's lesson is A Lizard Full of Tricks. First of all, what is a lizard? A lizard is a small animal that has a long tail and rough skin, and they usually live in hot places. So a lizard is also a type of reptile. Now, reptiles are cold-blooded animals, and they give birth to young animals as eggs. And another thing about lizards is that their bodies are usually covered in scales. So scales are flat, hard pieces of skin. Unlike fur, reptiles and lizards have scales.
Indeed. So, of course, as we said before, there are lots of lizards to fall in love with if you love these sorts of creatures. And lots of people, of course, love chameleons because they have some very special characteristics, which we're going to talk about now. So here in the first paragraph, it says, now you see them, now you don't. Chameleons are well known to be masters of disguise, able to change color at will to blend into their environment. So that kind of describes the first sentence there. Now you see them, now you don't. We often use this if we're playing games with each other or playing games with our kids. Maybe we're playing peekaboo or something like that. Now you see it, now you don't. So you show the thing to the person and then you hide it so they can't see it. now you see it, now you don't. And, of course, you could do this with the plural. Now you see them, now you don't. Of course, we're referring to chameleons.
Right. So this phrase is an old phrase that was used by magicians. So when we hear this phrase, we usually think of a magician making something disappear or making something appear out of thin air. And here, the next line says, chameleons are well known to be masters of disguise, able to change color at will to blend into their environment. So first of all, we mentioned that a chameleon is a type of lizard. Now, this particular type of lizard changes color to match the colors of its surroundings. And that's why they are also known to be masters of disguise.
And they can change color at will. They can change color when they want to and blend into their environment. Just like soldiers who wear camouflage, they want to blend into their environment so that nobody can really see them even though they're there. But did you know that this isn't the only reason they change color? Indeed, most people think that chameleons only change color in order to blend into their surroundings so they can hide from enemies and things like that. But hey, did you know this? They do it for other reasons as well.
That's right. In fact, chameleons are full of strange surprises. So there are a lot of other things that we don't know about chameleons. Read on to learn several surprising facts about one of the world's weirdest reptiles. So what follows in this lesson will be a lot of information, more information about chameleons and perhaps information that we weren't aware of.
Right, and Helen already told you what a reptile is, but we'll just review it here again. Remember, it's cold-blooded, and it includes snakes, lizards, crocodiles, turtles, and tortoises. So all of those creatures are reptiles. Also, dinosaurs were considered reptiles. Okay, that brings us to the end of the first part of our lesson for today. Let's learn some interesting traits of chameleons. Here's the first one we're going to talk about.
When a chameleon changes color, it's not usually trying to hide. Actually, it's probably trying to either cool down or get warm. Lighter colors reflect heat, while darker colors absorb it. Alternatively, it might be chatting with another chameleon. In chameleon speak, certain patterns have specific meanings. By displaying these patterns, a chameleon can clearly signal its mood, such as anger, or intentions, such as wanting to mate, to its neighbors.
第二部分我们看到单字 reflect 这个字是动词，指的是反射、反映或是显示。例如 Light reflected off the glass surface and made the room look even brighter. 玻璃表面反射着光，使这个房间看起来更明亮。或是 The subject matter of Lucas's photographs reflects his love of nature. Lucas 照片的主题反映出他对大自然的热爱。另外补充这个字的名词 reflection, R-E-F-L-E-C-T-I-O-N, reflection. 它的意思是印象、水中倒影、反射、体现或是表现。我们可以说 Natalie's daughter stopped to admire her reflection in the store window. Natalie 的女儿停下来欣赏她在商店橱窗里的印象。也可以说 The lake showed a bright reflection of the moon because it was a clear night. 因为是晴朗的夜晚，湖面倒映出明亮的月光。接着我们看到动词 absorb 指的是吸收液体、气体、光或是热等。举例来说 The potatoes absorbed all of the sauce, which gave them a lot of flavor. 马铃薯吸收了所有的酱汁，风味大增。又或者是 One paper towel won't absorb all of the spilled water, so you'll need to get another one. 一张纸巾无法完全吸干洒出来的水，所以你得再拿一张。最后我们看到单字 intention， 它是名词，意思是意图、目的或是打算。举例来说 Marianne said that her intention is to reorganize the financial department. Marianne 说她的目的是整顿财务部门。或是 My intention is to get through the meeting as quickly as possible. 我打算要尽快开完这个会议。
So we mentioned already that chameleons are able to change colors to blend into their environment. When a chameleon changes color, however, it's not usually trying to hide. So it's not usually trying to blend into their environment. Actually, it's probably trying to either cool down or get warm. Lighter colors reflect heat, while darker colors absorb it. So when a chameleon changes color, it's likely because it's trying to change its body temperature because it's either too hot or too cold. And when it changes into a lighter color, that allows the chameleon to reflect heat. When you reflect something, you're sending that thing off of you. So something can also reflect light. When you reflect light, you're directing the light away from you.
Right, the moon, for example, does not emit its own light. It reflects light from the sun. So yes, lighter colors reflect heat, while darker colors absorb it. So yeah, sometimes if you want to keep warm in the winter, maybe you should wear dark colors because dark colors absorb heat better. And if you want to keep cool in the summer, well, wear light clothes like a t-shirt or something because it will reflect the heat. And here we've got the word absorb. If you absorb something, you suck it in, like a sponge will absorb water from your kitchen sink.
Right, so a chameleon changes color to either cool down or to get warm, but there is also another reason. Alternatively, it might be chatting with another chameleon. So here the word alternatively means when you want to make another suggestion or when you want to present another possibility, you say alternatively. So alternatively, the chameleon might be chatting with another chameleon. So chatting means talking, an exchange back and forth of ideas, of thoughts, of words.
So yes, indeed, chameleons change color for various reasons. Of course, one is to control its temperature, and alternatively, or another possibility, or another reality is that it's probably chatting with another chameleon. It's having a conversation. And in chameleon speak, certain patterns have specific meanings. Now, of course, here we've got this interesting phrase, chameleons speak. If you put the word speak at the end of something, then it becomes a noun. Basically, it means in the chameleon language, even though there's not really a recognized language for chameleons, we're just saying that this is the way they communicate.
Right. So in chameleon speak, certain patterns have certain meanings. By displaying these patterns, a chameleon can clearly signal its mood, such as anger, or intention, such as wanting to mate, to its neighbors. So by changing colors, the chameleon is actually sending out a message to another chameleon. And these colors and these patterns that the chameleons can change into are understood by each other to mean something. So here, two examples are given. One is to express the chameleon's emotions, such as anger, or intention. Intention means a plan in your mind to do something or a reason to do something. So you might ask someone, what is your intention in wanting to talk to your friend, want to talk to John or Mary? Well, my intention is to tell them how I feel. So here, chameleon's intention is to mate with its neighbors. So that is the signal or language that it's sending out.
And that's how it communicates with its neighbors. I suppose the boy sends the girl a certain color pattern to say, hey, I'm interested in you. Are you interested too? And then she probably sends a signal back, no boy, get lost, beat it. Okay, that brings us to the end of the second part of our lesson for today. Let's move on now to the third part and find out about those eyes, those strange eyes that a chameleon can move independently.
A chameleon can turn its eyes in different directions at the same time. For example, while one eye looks forward, the other can be looking behind the chameleon. Or while one eye looks up, the other can scope out the situation below. This amazing field of vision means that a chameleon can survey a wide area for a potential meal and any danger while remaining almost completely still.
Now, here's another interesting characteristic of chameleons. A chameleon can turn its eyes in different directions at the same time. In other words, one eye can be focusing to the left and another to the right, or one up and one down. And when you look at a chameleon while it's moving its eyes in different directions, it can be quite interesting, quite entertaining. Now, for example, while one eye looks forward, the other can be looking behind the chameleon. Or while one eye looks up, the other can scope out the situation below.
Indeed, and this does happen, of course. I've not seen chameleons in the wild, but I have seen them at the Taipei Zoo. And if you pay special attention, you can see that indeed the chameleon's eyes are moving independently. They're moving in different directions. We do have an example here. One eye might be looking forward, and the other will be looking behind the chameleon. And the other eye can scope out the situation below. So to scope out just means to monitor a situation, to check it out, and to make some conclusions. Is it safe to go in there, or is it dangerous? Is there a snake there or something? That's what those eyes can do. They can summarize a situation, they can size up a situation, or as it says here, they can scope out the situation below. And this amazing field of vision means that a chameleon can survey a wide area for a potential meal and any danger while remaining almost completely still. If you talk about your field of vision, we're talking about basically how much you can see when you open your eyes. Human beings' field of vision may be quite limited because our eyes are in the front of our heads, so we can basically only see ahead of us. Maybe animals like rabbits have their eyes on the sides of their heads, so they have a larger field of vision, although they probably don't have depth perception like we do.
Right, so chameleons have a very wide field of vision, and one reason for this is that so that it can survey the area for a potential meal. Now, potential here means possible or likely. So the chameleon isn't sure yet whether there are any animals, any bugs, insects that can serve as its next meal. So it's a potential meal. It's not likely or possible yet. And this wide field of vision also allows the chameleon to look out for any danger while remaining completely still. So it doesn't need to turn around, turn its head, or shift its body position to look behind it. It can just move its eyes to find out if there's any danger surrounding it.
Absolutely, and we should focus a little bit on this word survey here because it is a verb, so we've got the accent on the second syllable. The chameleon can survey a wide area for a potential meal. Survey is the noun form with the accent on the first syllable. That means somebody is doing some research, asking people various questions to try to make some conclusions. Somebody might approach you on the street and say, "Excuse me, I'm taking a survey. Can you tell me what kind of car you drive?" or something like that. They can take a survey. But in this particular case, survey is the verb, and that's what a chameleon can do. It can survey a wide area for a potential meal. It's looking for something to eat, maybe a nice big juicy bug or something.
Right, and just a word about the word still. So still here is an adjective, and it means not moving. You can remain still in a classroom. A teacher might tell their students to stay still, or a photographer can tell his subject to stay still while the photograph is being taken, because if the person moves, then the photo might come out blurry.
Indeed, and chameleons' eyes are moving, but you have to pay special attention because it is kind of hard to see. I had heard about that regarding chameleons, that their eyes move in different directions. So when I was at the zoo, I paid special attention, and it took a while, but yes, indeed, their eyes do move in different directions, but you need to pay attention. And if you don't, you probably will miss it, and that's probably a vital skill for them when they try to survive in the wild, to move their eyes without predators noticing.
That's right. So these are just a few pieces of information about the chameleon. In our next lesson, we will be looking at other interesting facts about this very beautiful animal.
Okay, that brings us to the end of our lesson for today. Here comes our Chinese teacher.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点。课文第一部分的第二句写道，变色龙是众所周知的伪装大师，能够随意改变颜色来融入环境。那文中用 change color at will 来表达随意改变颜色，这个 at will 就是表达随意任意，可以表达出任意自如地或者是随心所欲的那种意思。好，那么接着课文第二部分他提到说，变色龙改变颜色时通常不会试图躲藏，他写说实际上他可能是试图降温或取暖。那这边要介绍的是 either ... or ... 那么 either 也有人念作 either， 那这是个配对连接词，用来连接对等的字词或是句子。我们用 either A or B 可以表达不是 A 就是 B， A 或 B 两者当中的任何一个。举例来说， He is either unwilling or unable to help us， 他不是不愿意就是没办法来帮助我们。好，那要特别注意，如果是用 either A or B 来连接主词的话，动词必须配合最靠近的主词，那就是要跟 B 这个主词一致咯。举例来说， Either you or Jamie has to fix the problem， 不是你就是 Jamie 得解决这个问题。那例句里面的动词它最靠近的主词就是 Jamie， 所以是配合这个主词 Jamie 后面搭配 has to 而不是 have to。好，那顺便补充一下 neither nor 的用法咯。 Neither A nor B 表示既不怎么样也不怎么样， A 和 B 都不怎么样，那么其中 A、B 的词性要相同。那么 neither 也有人念作 neither。 好，举例来说， He neither smokes nor drinks， 他不抽烟也不喝酒。好，那如果我们用 neither A nor B 的方式去连接主词的话，动词同样是要配合最靠近的主词，也就是配合 B 来做变化咯。例如 Neither Jane nor her parents have ever been to Europe。 Jane 和她爸妈都不曾去过欧洲。那么例句里面助动词是要配合最靠近的主词 her parents， 所以是用 have 而不是用 has。 好，同样在课文第二部分有一句他提到说， In chameleon speak, certain patterns have specific meanings。 用变色龙的话说，某些图案具有特定意义。好，这边我们看到这个 chameleon speak， 这边它用到连字号 speak， 这是用来构成名词，去表达说可能是某一领域或行业的术语或者是行话，尤其是指那个圈子的人才会懂得用语，其他人会比较难以理解。像我们说 computer speak 就是电脑术语， marketing speak 行销术语，或者是说 Wall Street speak 华尔街的行话，你可能就要在那个圈子有混过，你才会比较了解他们的行话这样子。好，那我们文中这边 chameleon speak 就是表达用变色龙的沟通语言。好，那么以上今天重点整理，我们回顾今天单字吧。
Disguise. The spy was an expert in the art of disguise, which allowed her to gather information that she could not have otherwise. Reflect. The car's metal surfaces reflected the light of the sun. Absorb. The roots of the tree absorbed water from the ground. Alternatively. We could have pancakes, or alternatively toast for breakfast. Intention. The intention of the scientists' work was to learn more about the social interactions of monkeys. Potential. The change in the traffic law has some potential benefits for bicycle users.
Well, everyone, today's article has come to an end, and I sure hope you enjoy reading along with us. I am Helen.
I am Roger.
See you next time.